Welcome back to our second semi-final here at the Wuxi Classic Snooker. And if you're just joining us and you look at that scoreline, John Higgins leading Matthew Stevens 4-0, you could be forgiven for thinking it's been a very one-sided match. Trust me, it has not. All four frames have gone to the colours. Stevens lost the first on the pink, and then, from his point of view, most crushingly of all, the fourth on a respotted black after he'd been on the very cusp of clinching the frame, only to get a very unlucky bounce, which cost him position. But great credit to Higgins, who's been ruthless in punishing Stevens' errors and misfortune. Terrific clearance to force the respot in the frame before the interval. And it all means that Stevens has a huge job on his hands here. 4-0 down, 6 frames is the magic number for the right to meet Neil Robertson in tomorrow's Wuxi Classic final.
Didn't intend the kiss on the yellow, and that was a bit careless. There is a red that will go to the right corner, but everything he goes for now, Matthew Stevens. He's got to get it, really. Doesn't want John Higgins to get to 5 within 1 point of no return. I think he's played reasonably well today, Matthew Stevens. Nothing much wrong with his game. He was very unfortunate in the last frame to get that big bounce. Otherwise, he's won the frame at 1 visit. So close again.
In the second frame, he took on a very tough green into its own pocket, which rattled the jaws and stayed over the lip, gifting Higgins the frame. It's no exaggeration to say Stevens could have won all 4. But could and should don't count. And Higgins, such a ferocious match player, has taken every chance that's come his way.
Well, played that one in such a way as not to leave it on if he missed it and it was on the blue or the pink, had it gone in. Well, I thought that was a risky shot to take on, nearly straight. And although he's left a red to the right corner, it's not easy to get to a cushion. Not easy to get to a colour. It's a good pot and deserves to be on the pink for taking the risk.
Stevens will play a lot worse than this and lose. And win, I should say. And there's no guarantee that he's going to lose yet, of course. There's time to come back. But you know what I mean. He's played very well, actually, for the vast majority of this match. He just hasn't quite been able to nail the killer balls. And on a couple of occasions, not necessarily through his own mistake. Disturbed by a cameraman in the first frame when he was on the pink to win the opener. And then that unlucky bounce that he got when he just needed one ball to make it 3-1. Still battling away though, like the top professional that he is. Wow, what happened there? He hasn't been guilty of errors like that today.
No, but the pressure really is on, and it was badly hampered over those two reds. Made the cueing awkward. But I'm like you, I expected him to pot it, but I also expected him to play for this red first, and he didn't. Played for the other one. That would have freed the black to go into this pocket, which John Higgins has done immediately. The red above the black spot will go to the left corner. And if he can just, I was about to say, just leave it short, could have opened the other reds.
8. Nine.
Higgins.
Sorry,
Joe.
Off you go.
I was just going to say that Higgins is eyeing a possible rematch with Neil Robertson from the Bulgarian Open. Those two met in the final. Higgins winning pretty emphatically 4-1.
16.
This, of course, is the championship distance, the ranking distance. The first to 9 tomorrow evening will lift the trophy, but what a match that would be if indeed Higgins does complete the job here. Robertson in sparkling form against Rob Milkins this morning. He too raced into a 4-0 lead, got the damage done early. Milkins rallied by taking the next couple. But Robertson arguably the best player of the tournament so far. Higgins
20.
Not far behind.
$23.
He's had a look at the red closest to the pink spot. I'm sure it goes into the left middle. But chance to go into them. Now, can he see the red to the left middle pocket? Anxious moments for Matthew Stevens. Very awkward queuing at this red to the right corner. He'd need the long spider, the long extension on his cue, and probably a chair to stand on.
Out comes the long tackle then. Brendan Moore preparing the Rest for Higgins, the extended spider. Higgins himself has a lengthy extension on his own cue, and the problem with shots like this is very little feel, so far away. Difficult to judge the angle when they're so close. And how well he played it.
Well, that could be a frame winner. The balls are there for the taking now.